My name is Queen Morgana and welcome back to the Sims 4 Ultimate Decades Challenge. It is year 1397 and it's a pretty exciting year because, well, this is Edith's last year in the house before she gets married. She's getting married in 1398. Like, I think it'll be a machinima between this, the beginning of the next episode. There we go. I'm getting it out. So, besides the fact that we're going to be seeing Edith for the final time this year, it is, well, not for the final time, but the final time in this household. It's also Ada and Isolda's birthday, which will be at the end of the episode. So let's just stay tuned for that. In the meantime, it is Tuesday and everyone's just getting up and ready for breakfast. David's having a bit of a rough go of it. He's still grieving his father pretty harshly. And is everyone grieving, or no, you're good. You're just, he's just getting out of bed. That's how I look when I wake up in the morning too, brother. I understand. But everyone's just getting up and ready for the day. I'm super excited to not have toddlers anymore. Yes. And this room, I'll probably have to put in a bunk bed for the twins. Because I want to keep this room as a nursery here. But yeah, since we don't have too much in our itinerary, I think that this is a fantastic time to go over everyone's wants and kind of see what they want to do. Who has a floating whatever this is? So let's see. You want to flirt with David? That's insane. He's also not in the village anymore. He did dip, which I suppose we'll go over in my next side household update. But yeah, him and his wife are not even in this village anymore, so that's interesting. You want to write a bucket list goal? I guess we could do this. I guess we could. There's no harm in trying. Let's see, you want to invite someone over and level up your charisma, both of which are fine. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. We need to flip the coin to see their safety this year. I already have my coin up and everything. I don't know why I forgot immediately. It's literally in my face. So let's go ahead and flip this coin to see if they have a potential to be targeted by monster hunters this year. And they got a tails. Okay, so there is potential danger for anyone who is going to be leaving the lot this year. So we'll keep that in mind. You want to invite a sim over. I don't know who you would invite over. Let's see. A Slack maybe? You could have a conversation with the Slack about like the safety of what's going on in the village. Or perhaps Arabella. Arabella is a closer friend to you. Maybe Arabella. I think she has her eye on young Alexis Light, who is a teenager and right now unmarried. But potentially, as Celestia grows up, if Alexis is still unmarried, if Alexis is still unmarried by the time Celestia grows up, I wonder if Lucia is hoping that she and Arabella can arrange a marriage between Alexis and Celestia, perhaps, because Alexis is actually heir to his father's fortune. He has a younger brother as well. So we could see if Arabella is open to Alexis or his younger brother for Celestia, or potentially Ada and Isolda. We'll see. We'll see how things work out. We have a little bit of time before then. Celestia is not close to being a teenager quite yet, but I think she wants to kind of sow that seed. So maybe we'll see Arabella today and see how things go. Sure. Let's see. Edith. I actually need to get you engaged. Are y'all actually engaged? Did I do that off screen? Nope. Okay. I might get them engaged off screen because I like when the male proposes instead of the lady. So we'll see. Maybe we'll spend some time with Sir Augustine as we get ready to wed. We're in the wedding planning phase. So I think she's just anxious to get out at this point. What do you want to do besides that? Make out with him? Save that for the wedding day. How scandalous. I don't think she cares. I'm sure y'all can sneak off behind some trees somewhere and make out. Who's gonna stop you? Like, it literally, what repercussions would you face? You're both about to be the future leaders of this village. Buy a motion gaming rig? No, it is $13.97. What? Oh. Okay, Luna is happy that Lawrence became friends with Alexis Light, who is her half-brother. So that's interesting. David, I know you're depressed, but what else you got going on, brother? I don't even know where he's at. Are you in... What? Wait, I told you to show me David. Okay, I don't know why it stopped there if David's all the way over here. He's just, You want to be in a dirty environment? Sure. And gain momentum? What does that mean? Perform skill building activities to gain momentum to help your son learn those skills faster. Okay, I guess he just kind of wants to get going, get his mind off of things, and just improve himself. Fine by me. Warren wants to become friends with Luna, which I think is interesting. So clearly it seems at this point Lawrence is going to be okay. I didn't mean to like zoom in on Annabelle's ass like that, but it seems that not these little ones, but Warren is kind of encroaching on other people's like girls. I know it's hard to say that because Lawrence is he seems to be a lot more into Anahi than I thought he would be, but maybe that'll open up the way for Luna for Warren, because he and David age up soon, right? They age up, yes, in the next episode. So the next episode will be Edith's wedding, and the boys will be aging up as a teenagers. So we'll be seeing how the boys are as teens, or at least in their early teen years, next episode, which is really fun. But we'll see if we can get Luna over here, because you can't go to her house anyway. And Celestial wants to become friends with a Slack, which is a bit difficult to do. He's pretty guarded. And her friendship with him has been growing very slowly, but that could be because she's a child. So maybe when she's a teen, it'll be easier. When did she age up? This is 97, 98, 99. Yeah, she ages up in the year 1400. So the new century will be her and Annabelle's birthday. Interesting. Okay, so a lot to look forward to, but maybe it'll be easier to befriend him then, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do, but he's kind of been a closed book around Celestia. Ada and Isolda are literally infants, but I can still see who they want to interact with. Yes, you wanted to hang out with Celestia, and you wanted to hang out with Lawrence, so I do think it's interesting to see which siblings they've all kind of gotten well with the most as toddlers. So for Ada, I think she's gotten along most with, it seems to be Edith, maybe? I think it's Edith. 48? Is it 46? Well, it's about the same for everybody. 41, 43. So least with Warren, most with Edith, I guess, but not really anybody. But Isolda seems to be really good friends with David, actually. 45? Nope, I lied to myself. Don't know why I thought that. It might be Lawrence? 55. Okay, so it seems she's closest with Lawrence, which is interesting. And she is the baby of the family, so the baby and the eldest probably would get along really well. Okay. Well, I guess let's start actually handling some of these whims. Goodness gracious. All these trees! Move! I'm the one who put it there and I'm complaining about it. That's crazy. Okay, let's get you to write this bucket goal list, which is something I still haven't really even worked on. Like, I have not played around with a lot of these elder stuff with the death aspect of the life and death pack at all. I rarely got a chance to mess with it, so I don't even know how to... Using computer or journal, write a bucket list goal. You know, I actually don't know how to do that. Is it under notebook? No. How does one write a bucket list goal? Is it under social network? Nope. Lifestyle coaching, socialize, religion, order, web? Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I actually have no clue how to write a bucket list goal. Literally couldn't tell you. Wow. Am I sure it's not under here? Nope. Don't know. Oh well. Did my best. You do want to make out with... What? Unfortunately, Annabelle was not able to cope with grief in the most productive ways, resulting in a personality trait change. Okay, Annabelle went from being neat to being slob, so I guess she's... Well, she's also older, so literally taking care of a lot of the cleaning and doing all of these physical things is going to start weighing on her. She is the eldest in the family. She's the grandmother of the family. Despite being young, she is nearly an elder, so... It'll be annoying because then we'll have 2 slobs in the family, but hey, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna deny it. Okay, you want to get out the house and hang out with Augustine, or at least escape with him somewhere, so maybe we'll invite him over so you can sneak off to kiss your boo thing. You want to go on a mindful walk? Honestly, instead of playing in trash, don't even know where you're getting trash from. Where is there trash and why are you going to play in it? Okay, whatever. Well, instead of doing that, you should go on a mindful walk. Wait, I think I should... Okay, this is interesting. I actually didn't even think about this, but if my Sim's go on a walk or a jog, technically they're still part of the lot, but they are going kind of far off. So I wonder if I should roll to see if they have an encounter on their walk, because literally they're just going around these parts. I'll count it, because they're going kind of far off from the house, because they could literally walk anywhere and get kind of far, so I will flip a coin to see if David on his mindful walk, goodness gracious, has an encounter with a monster hunter. David, please. I'm flipping. He got a tails. Okay, so unfortunately he does have an encounter with the monster hunter. Wait, that's not even how I do that. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. It's late in the day. It's late in the night, guys. Hold on, bear with me. I need to get my dice out. Oh my gosh. Let me see. How many traits do you have? Antlers? Those are not antlers. You have antenna, purple skin, miscolored eyes. That's 3 traits. So let me get a D10 out. If he gets anything between a 1 through 3, then he has an encounter with the thing. Okay, he got a 5, so he's fine. Oh my gosh, I was like flipping the coin. I said roll and then I grabbed my coin flip. That was crazy. Okay, so you're fine on this walk. So you need to go on this mindful walk. So head off on the walk, please. He must have gotten in the mood, something. Yep, okay, he must have been practicing something while I wasn't paying attention. Good job, David. Go on your walk. Go take a breather. You do want to hang out with Luna. Sir Augustine knows to visit anyway, so I don't think Edith is going to be too upset about not being able to get out the house, but they could, is there any way for them to go off and have some privacy? They could go off to her bedroom. Her sister, I think, has something else she wants to do. But we can invite over Luna from Warren. Celestia wants to hang out with the Slack. And the only way to really get a hold of him is to go to his house. So we'll see if that's something we're able to do. In the meantime, you want to talk to Celestia, so we can definitely get that started. Funny. Tell her a knock-knock joke. And you want to talk to Lawrence, but he's off somewhere. Oh, look at your grandmama being a good grandmother. Go Annabelle. She's having a difficult time, but I think just chilling out and being a grandmother is helpful, but a lot of things are weighing down on her now in her older years. She's lived through a lot with this family. She's been the cause of a lot, but she's also lived through quite a bit. As for your charisma skill, we can certainly work on that. I would like for you to get a mirror, and I know there's one in the house. I couldn't tell you where it is though, because the builder put it in, but I'm not sure where it is, actually. I'm actually not sure where it is the thing. But you're still cleaning, so I'm not going to bother you too much right now. So yeah, okay. Let's get these guys handled and situated. Oh wait, Luna is writing to Warren and asks if she could come over and hang out. Warren and David seem to be having a bit of a conversation. No, I missed it. Okay, I'm gonna invite her over. Thought pausing would also pause that, but... Oh, wait, this is sweet. David's reaching out for Warren for help. I guess he realized he's really not doing good. They are brothers at the end of the day, so David just has to put some of his jealousies and stuff aside and just ask his brother for help. That's honestly just such a good... And Warren's there for him. Oh, this is sweet. Oh... It's neither one of their faults that David has all this pressure, on him. Or he feels that he has all this pressure on him. They both had Steven as a father, right? And they both struggle with, was it depression they both had dealt with? joyless, and yeah, both of them have the joyless traits. Oh, my game just froze. Anyways, like I was saying, oh, Sir Augustine is here. Okay, so anyways, they both have the joyless traits. So, you know, I'm sure Warren more than understands the, you know, that level of sadness that David feels. I don't think David kind of expressed every little grievance that trespasses his mind, but Warren, as much as, you know, I think he just does better at hiding his joylessness with, you know, hyperactivity and being physical and just not worrying or trying not to worry about certain things or trying not to dwell on it. But David just, between being joyless and then all that anxiety and everything that comes from just trying to be perfect, especially because of, you know, trying to keep up with his brothers and trying to compensate kind of for his physical appearance. I think and you know, just having to remind himself that he's not alone. He has at least one other person on his side, and that is his brother. And who was it he got along with? It was Edith, but we've already established that Edith mostly talks at him instead of with him, right? Like, if that was the case, he probably would have went to Edith about these feelings, and instead he came to Warren. At the end of the day, these two are there for each other. They might not be as close as I would like them to be, but they are there for each other, which I do like to see. So I'm actually let these two have some time together. Augustine just walked in like he owned the place. Good lord. Let's see. You don't need to chat with Warren. He's having some time with his brother. Oh wait, that was David. My bad, bro. You can keep talking to him. Hi, hey. How's it going, sir? How are you on this day? Let's have a deep conversation. He looks to be pretty sad. Oh my gosh, did his dad die? I don't think his uncle is dead. I'm gonna say dad. His dad's been dead. I don't think your uncle's dead. He must just be going through something. He perked up when he saw his love, so that was cute. And you know what? She did want to secretly make out with the guy, so we might as well. They've never even had their first kiss. What? I'm pretty sure I got a bunch of other, like, kissing options, but whatever. Maybe I gotta do the first step first, which is this. Give him your first kiss so y'all can make out. Whoa. I think y'all should do this in a more private area, but no one else is around. Okay, he's fine. He saw her and immediately got flirty, so whatever was ailing him was immediately remedied by her mere presence, which is a deep love for sure. Oh, I don't think David has to witness this, or Warren. Uh-oh. Warren, do you see the way he just rolled his eyes? That was a heavy eye roll. He's like, oh my god. He's like, what are they doing in my presence? This is so inappropriate. He's pissed immediately. Oh my gosh, he's so tense. He did not like that. He's not a fan. He's not a fan of whatever he just witnessed. He's like, please take that to your chambers. We are gonna take this to our chambers. Not in that way, hopefully. Oh my god, our baby sister's in here. Okay, let's just go. Let's hide out in Father's old study. Let's go to Father's old study before this goes any further. Just let's get away from the children and anybody else. I know you're taking care of children, but somebody needs to start selling some stuff. We need money. We need money. We have a 10 million, Lord. We have a 10,000 simoleon dowry to pay within the next year. We've got to get a move on some of these things. See, she went from being immediately pissed to just being happy just in this guy's presence. So, I was gonna say, as much as I don't want to see Edith go, that's not quite true. But as much as I'll miss having Edith and her shenanigans around, I do think it's best that she goes off with him. That I do think it's best that she leaves and goes to a place where she is not as angry constantly, you know? I think they have to be sitting down to make out, but I believe I should have a make out that's tongue down. Well, his neck, his hands, kiss cheek, kiss. Is it here? Yeah, I think they have to be sitting down. I'd rather you sit down on your own bed and do it. Oh, actually? Oh, wait, we have a bench. I got this bench. I put this secret bench here for a reason. Okay, yes. I forgot we had a secret bench. I forgot I tucked it away in the back of the garden back there. So let's add this guy to group, and then we can go sit back on the bench. And y'all can make out in private. Come this way. I think she realized the house has too many people in it, so y'all can come hide behind the bench walls, hidden away by the stones and the flowers back here. Yep. Let's see. Start a yard sale. Start selling this stuff. Just stock this up. How much are these things selling for? Not terrible prices. Celestria, what you doing? You gonna... Oh! Celestria is... Okay, she's practicing her bow and arrows too. I wonder if she got inspired by seeing David do it as well. Or you know what? Maybe she saw what happened to David and saw how he threw himself into practicing, you know, his arrow ship. Is that what it's called? But maybe she's kind of taking an Amis approach and realizing the best way to be protected is to have something, a type of skill that can protect herself, especially, you know, she's a young girl. She'll grow into a young woman one day. And there's really no one here who can / will really protect her. And I think seeing what happened to David and she looks just like him, that's just, you know, she's very perceptive. So I'm sure she's thought this through. All right, let's go back to Edith. Hold on. I said, hold on. Where are you going, Augustine? Come back. Come back to the bench. Don't be scared. He's getting nervous. Being alone, tucked away in a corner with the love of his life. It's okay. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Let's see. Was it under physical intimacy? Yes. It's... here we go. Make out. Yep. How we doing? Gasp. Oh my goodness. Edith. You're not married yet. It doesn't matter that he's your intended. Goodness gracious. Teenagers nowadays, they just can't keep it to themselves. Let me see. You want to ask him about his day. You should have asked that before you started tonguing them down. I don't know. Priorities, I suppose. Let's see. David has work in a bit. Ask him about his day. How you gonna... Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to do that anymore. Let's see. I think it's here. Nope. No? Here? Nope. I think it's under small talk, actually. Yep. Okay, so you're gonna have some small talk with him. Lawrence wants to chat with Lord Nelson. Interesting. Oh, Arabella's here working the... Okay, can one of you work the stall? The baby's fine. This baby's fine. Oh, you do need to start working on dinner. Actually, Annabelle can do that. Annabelle can work on dinner while we, do this. 5 roast chickens left. Literally everyone ate. What do you mean? What? Interesting. I thought everybody ate already. I suppose not. Let's see. Come make some flour salad, please. Lucia, please leave the baby alone and work on tend the table, please. We need money. Oh my goodness. Edith, you can keep having fun with your betrothed, husband, boyfriend, fiance. There you go. I got there eventually. You want to be friendly with Warren and chat with Lord Nelson. Okay, we can find Warren and have a chat with him. I wonder what it's about. I don't know. I wonder what you want to say to him. Just brighten his day, I suppose. David is suffering. as always. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't do this, I promise y'all. That's what happens when I pause. I'm just trying to save space so I don't have to edit as much. Oh my goodness. Y'all, Arabella. Okay, who are you? Are you Arabella? Yes, you are. Okay, Lucia was just here selling milk as she does. Milk and ale as we do. And Arabella just walked up in front of or behind Susanna Goth. And just started making out with Lucia. I don't know why. They don't even have... Lucia, do you have anything you want to say about that? What is going on with you two? Are you two soulmates? The soulmates got reset because it's a new save, so these two could be soulmates, but I'm not sure. Susanna, did you miss all of that? Or maybe it's for the best that you did. Lucia has nothing to say about it, and no romantic anything popped up from that. Okay. Flirt with Arabella. So these two are just, I want to say, are you at least doing your job since you're going around? Why does it look like Susanna's running the stand? Because you're over here making out and yapping with Arabella. These two are quite close, quite close. Okay, hey Slack. How's it going? Okay, you gonna buy some milk and fuck off, I guess? Goodbye, okay. Yeah, let's say our goodbyes. Be asked advice. Okay, tend the table. Susanna keeps coming. Are you the only one who works in the village, or are you just trying to get the tea to gossip? Okay. As soon as your boyfriend leaves, you're back to being pissed. Yeah, you gotta go somewhere. There's no way you're that mad. He just left to carry out his duties. This man can't step away for a second and you're in a mood. Oh, someone came. I don't know if this is Luna or Autumn. I can never tell just off of their thing alone. Luna, okay. Luna came. She's been wanting to visit anyways, but Warren's at work. He won't be back for like another 3 hours. He's training. She probably came to visit him because she was trying to get a hold of him all day for some reason, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. But Lawrence is here, so, Lawrence, maybe you can invite her in the meantime. You want to cloud gaze with Alexis and, chat with Lord Nelson. Both things that can be done. So once you finish eating, I guess you can end your night off chatting with Luna here. Alright, well, since Luna's here, she just dropped off a cube of jerky. We're not gonna eat that. For very obvious reasons. He just invited her inside to play a quick game of chess and chill out with each other for a bit. He needs some fun. He's been working rather hard since he's aged up into a young teen. Let's see. Yes, you do think she's attractive, but you think Anahi's even more attractive, right? Jokesters. Oh, Lawrence adores Warren. Well, they are... I think they're the closest of siblings, which is why I said earlier that I was surprised that David went to Warren with his issues. So as you can see, he and Edith are damn near in the negatives. They were arguing at dinner. Don't even know what it was about. They have a difficult dynamic and everything. 2. Yeah, they're damn near enemies. Like, they're just about strangers, you know? He and Edith do not really get along, but he and Warren are like... I was about to say like this, and I crossed my fingers in real life. I don't have a face cam for this series, but they're tight for sure. All right. That's really interesting. You're taking a nap outside. You can nap inside, but there's nothing wrong with taking a peaceful nap in the garden. Nothing wrong with that. It is the next morning, and everyone's here gathering around the breakfast table for a nice hot bowl of chunky vegetable stew, and Celestria has woken up with a new grief type. Or wait, what? Grief is a process. Acceptance, there might be some lingering effects. Okay. But oh wait. But the hardest part of the journey is now in the past. Oh wait, did she get over her grief? I should actually read this, huh? Grief is a process, and acceptance is part of that process. They say that time heals all wounds, and like a weight lifted off Celestria's shoulders, those wounds have started repairing. There might be some lingering effects for Celestria, maybe some latent feelings of grief that could arise at any time, but the hardest part of the journey is now in the past. Okay, so she's actually gotten over her grief, which I think makes her the first of her siblings to get over the grief. Annabelle is making headway on her soul. Congratulations. But yeah, everyone's just up and eating breakfast. Annabelle's in a much better mood than she has been in months, really, so I'm really glad to see this. But everyone's around the breakfast table for once and being happy as a family for once, kind of. Edith is at the table, so let's see how long it takes for her to ruin it. She is in a mood, but everyone else seems to be doing pretty okay for the moment. Let me see. Lawrence is not having a good time, but he'll be alright. He will be alright. Let's see. You guys working a little bit, don't you? Don't you at work? Yes, from 9 to 4. So maybe a little bit later we can invite over Alexis, perhaps, or maybe we should go see Alexis. There's a much higher chance of Lawrence surviving, and it'd be nice to get off the lot for a bit. Also, going back to Lucia's moment with Arabella, this is the second time they've kind of had like a flirt thing. That was the first physical thing. I wonder if Lucia's just not acknowledging it at all because she's homophobic. Right? Because she legitimately does have the homophobic trait, actually. Let me just make sure I'm not wrong. Yeah, she's pan-romantic, but she's so in a closet that she's also just phobic. So, I wonder if, you know, if she potentially does have some type of feeling for Arabella, but it's just pushing it so far down because of her internalized homophobia. You know, she is repressed, right? She's repressed, homophobic, and closeted panromantic. So, and she's asexual. Let me find the lady. How attractive do you think she is? Okay, you think she's attractive, and all you know is that she's insane. Well, it don't really take a rocket scientist to figure out that one. So is your daughter, so. All right, you, in the meantime, you want to share your ideas? Can you do it with anyone here without screaming in their face? I'll let you figure that out in your own time. How about that? How about you go clean the cow for me in the meantime? Actually, I'm seeing too many people flirt. Let me make sure that the flirting voting thing wasn't put in. Oh my god, free love. Repealed. Tech support. Repealed. I don't care about these last two things. Okay. So that's why she wasn't talking about that, the whole flirting and making out thing. I need to keep a better eye on neighborhood stuff. I keep forgetting it exists. Oh my goodness. Okay. Focus on selling all this stuff. Make sure the table's nice and stocked. Sell the milk and the fur and the honey and the mead. Okay, Edith is also at the acceptance part of her grief. Okay, so it's been how many years since what's his name died? So it makes sense. It's been some years since Stephen passed away, so the children are getting over it, or at least these two. David is still deep in his grief, and is he the only one grieving? Let's see. No, Lawrence is still grieving. David is still grieving. Warren never grieved. The babies are fine. Lucia is still grieving. And Annabelle... I thought Annabelle was grieving. I guess not. Oh, Edith and Isolda have a difficult family dynamic. Were you screaming at the baby? What could you have possibly done? Okay, she's just been mean to Edith and now they have a difficult dynamic. Yeah. I can't say I'm gonna be tearing up once Edith leaves the house, you know? Like, why are you being mean to a 2-year-old? Well, she's like 5 now, she's almost 6, but still, being mean to a baby for no reason. Edith had to make dinner today, and, well, maybe it's a good thing that she's destined for a life where she'll be catered to. She is thinking about babies quite a bit. I know for a fact she's not pregnant, but it seems that she's ready to be pregnant, so that's good considering you've got 10 pregnancies. Let me just make sure she's not pregnant because I left the household for a bit. Okay, yeah. So she's fine. Annabelle is sick. She keeps going in and out of having a fever and rash, but she's fine. Now, why is Alexis here at our house at midnight? Please do not be another Robert. Are you here? Are you here for Lawrence? Are you a Robert? Are you Robert's reincarnation 4 generations later? We can't have centuries of pining at our front door again. I can't even look at you. Don't be just stalking us. We cannot have another Robert and Alice situation. Go home. It's midnight. This is inappropriate. Okay, Lawrence is back from work, and honestly, I think he needs to get out of the house just a little bit. He's been working hard, he's energized and everything, but he's having no fun. He doesn't allow himself to have fun. He wasn't raised or taught to take a few moments to relax or anything like that. So I think this is a perfect time for him to sneak off and see some people in the village. So first and foremost, I think it is appropriate for him to finally pay Lord Nelson a visit, which is something he wants to do. He probably has to do some remaining paperwork, seeing as his father is now deceased. You know, he'll be the official head of the household in just 3 short years, or 2 short years actually. So I think he needs to pay a quick visit to Lord Nelson, who is in his elderly years. So we're just taking him. Let's see. He only has his eyes, so I'm rolling a dice. His eyes are the only thing that makes him seem inhuman, so we're just gonna roll. We want to avoid the number 1. He got a 5, so he also survives. He survives the trek to Lord Nelson's home, so let's go visit Lord Nelson. I'm not sure what he wants to talk about, but we're gonna visit a few places before he heads back home for the day. He wants to chat with Lord Nelson, and then he wanted to do some cloud gazing with Alexis. So once we're wrapped up with the Lord, we'll swing by Anahi's place, maybe say hi to her if she's around, and see Alexis. Oh, we should greet Sir Augustin. He's our brother-in-law. He seems to not have a good time when he's not around Edith. Don't be heartbroken. He's missing her so much. He's just like in tears about it. You're that sad. You're so sad that your girl's not directly next to you. Oh Lord, these two are so attached at the hip. Edith is pissed when she's far away from him, and he's in tears just thinking about yearning to be near her. It's kind of sweet, but it's also a little you know what it is? They're both yanderes, and I think that's what makes it so strange. Also, a yandere is really a term I know from like anime and manga, but basically someone who loves so deeply that it goes into like stalking territory. Like it can get dangerous for the person who's the object of affection, and even more dangerous for the people who are where's the Lord, who they think are in the way, right? So think, if y'all have ever seen the show You, he would be, the main character would be a yandere. Where's Nelson? Where's Lord Nelson? He's not here. I see Gianni up there. Let's see. Did he die? Okay, I'm about to say there's no way he died in like the 2 seconds. I thought he was here. It said he was here. Okay, well, we'll visit him some other point. He must have just missed him. He must have gone off to a meeting or something. Oh, well, I was gonna just leave, but Sir Gianni wanted to say hi. We haven't seen him since he was a child, but Gianni grew up into a teenager a little while back. He just wasn't like as much of a contender for friendship or like a relationship as Sir Augustine was, so we never really saw too much of him. But this is his younger cousin Gianni, who I think honestly would be a good contender for another arranged marriage. Obviously he has no stake in being Lord unless something happens to Augustine crazy, but there's no way I just witnessed that. You cannot have every single teenager in this village pining after you, Lawrence. That was insane. You just met this guy. Well, I mean, y'all already knew each other, but like, y'all just reacquainted yourselves with him. Are you a harlot, Lawrence? Well, it's not him. I can't blame him. It's literally everyone else flirting with him. Crazy. Okay. I'm going to leave, but it's interesting to note. I'm going to head over to Anahi's place to see if we can see Alexis, because he wants to cloud gaze with Sir Alexis. He's not a Sir, but just with Alexis. So I'm rolling again. He got a 9, so he's perfectly fine on this trek. Is he home? Okay, supposedly he is. Supposedly Alexis is in here somewhere, so hopefully we can find him and do a quick little gazing of the clouds. I'm also really interested because there's so many people who are somewhat romantic interests with Lawrence. If any of y'all have a favorite so far, I know we haven't really met so many of them, and it's looking like he's gonna end up marrying Anahi. Oh look, the twins are right here. It's looking like he's gonna end up marrying Anahi. But I wonder, I know Luna was a favorite ship, but has anything changed for anybody now that he's a teen and we've kind of seen a big change in dynamics recently? Yeah, let me know. I used to be Team Luna and I still kind of am, but honestly, seeing Anahi as a teenager and how much she likes Lawrence, I think I'm Grim, good lord. I think I'm Team Anahi now. I don't know. Now let me know. Okay. Yes, you have... Okay, guys, how are we thinking? We thinking Anahi or Alexis? Are we thinking Anahi or Alexis? Well, Alexis hasn't flirted with him. This could be purely platonic. The only 2 of the siblings and half-siblings who haven't flirted with him, well, the only 3 is the one who's a literal child, who we haven't really come across. His name is Jorge. I think the girl twins that we have, I think Celestria, Asa and Isolda will probably come across him soon, because he's a child now. But the only 2 who are of age who haven't flirted with Lawrence are Alexis and Autumn. So y'all let me know how do we think about these 2? I think they're pretty cool. Lawrence is so good looking. He looks good with anybody, or anybody looks good next to him, I should say. But Alexis isn't bad looking either. We'll see. Y'all let me know. And Anahi's gone. I was about to get another look at her face. Let me let these 2 have a bit of privacy for just a moment. Oh, I just realized these 2 are now good friends, so I think this is his closest person besides Warren. So I think it's Warren, Alexis, and Sir Augustine are his top closest people, and Celestria and Luna. Okay, actually Lawrence is pretty popular. Let me give him some credit. He's actually pretty good at forming connections when it's not Edith. When it's not Edith, he does a great job. But he's good friends with Alexis and thinks he's rather charming but basic looking. Once again, this has nothing to do with any type of soulmates or anything like that, but I wonder, once we get to know more of these people's traits and everything like that, will something change? But for right now, his greatest physical attraction is still with Anahi, which I find really interesting. For some reason in my mind, because I was so Team Luna, I was like, there's no way it's not going to be Luna. You know, not to put Anahi down, but I was definitely Team Luna. But now I think I'm Team Anahi because honestly, she's just a sweet girl. She honestly has really good traits. I don't think he knows all of them. I looked at it off screen because I had to give her a makeover. Yeah, she's a home chef, she's comforting, and she has 2 other traits that are actually just really good traits. So we will see. We'll see how... Oh, actually, wait. Oh. I thought he thought Luna was basic looking. No? Was it always attractive? Okay, well actually he thinks Anahi and Luna are the same level of attractiveness, actually. Interesting. What about Isaiah again? Oh wait! I thought he thought Anahi was the best looking. Where'd I get that from? Whatever. Well, the 3 that are flirting with him clearly are the most attractive to him, so we'll see how that goes in the future. I just realized I forgot to roll for his journey home, so let me do that right now. He got oh shit, he got a 1. Oh my god, wait. I was so confident he wouldn't. Okay, so he got a 1, so he had to run in with a monster hunter on his way home. Let me pull up my wheel of possibilities. Okay, monster hunter wheel, there we go. So once again, the options are he's beaten, killed, kidnapped, screamed at, which basically means he can't return to the location he was at. Yeah, those are the three. Those are the only options. Beaten, screamed at, kidnapped, and killed. Yeah, okay, so I'm spinning. Lawrence, please. Oh my god, he was... Okay, he got kidnapped by the Monster Hunters Guild on his way back from visiting Sir Alexis. This is not good. Okay. Well, I have to make some preparations, and I will be right back. Well, this is quite the pickle Lawrence has found himself in. And he's been kidnapped on his way back from visiting Alexis, so Alexis is the last person who saw him. Now that might bring you all to the question, who kidnapped Lawrence? Where is he? Is he okay? What's going on? All that good stuff. And well, I took a few things into account when I thought about where and when he was kidnapped. Considering he was at the lighthouse, I know that Arabella of the Light household is actually good friends with Christopher Boleyn, who is the man who we originally had that Monster Hunter encounter with David originally. And Christopher Boleyn is right here. He is not happy. He feels like he's in the presence of evil because there's an occult nearby, the occult in question being Lawrence. And he specifically can tell that this is spellcaster for whatever reason. So how did Boleyn, well, Christopher, even figure out that Lawrence was an occult? Basically, he kept seeing that his in-laws were frequenting that house down the road, where he knew that that purple-skinned little boy lived. He hasn't really caught much of a glimpse of him in the past few years, but he knew that he didn't hear anything about a funeral. He didn't hear any type of outrage or praise or anything like that. So that boy must be still alive, and most likely he's probably in the village. They just keep not really crossing each other's paths. You know, those boys did not return to this household. In fact, no one from that family returned to this household. So he was very curious and very on edge. He was not a fan of, I almost said his stepkids, but they're not his kids, but the in-laws, who he kind of ended up kind of raising, you know, were going about and befriending and frequenting, visiting that bloodline, because clearly something's going on. They look demonic. They must be some type of a cult. They are some type of a cult, you know, and clearly years have gone by and they consistently disobey him, right? So he's also befriended Arabella, who I'm sure has let a few things slip about how strange the Smith family is. Probably not saying too much, since she seems to have a bit of an interest in Lucia. Whether that's genuine interest or she's just gathering some type of information, I'm not sure. But he must have been nearby when Lawrence was leaving the Light household after hanging out with Alexis for a bit. Saw him, cornered him, and must have forced him here to hide. You know, we're gonna pretend this guy is like tied up or something in his barn. Trying to figure out his next move. Now, Lawrence has been kidnapped, which means he will be out of the household for a while. And I'm not exactly sure how long exactly he'll be gone. So I have, Jesus Christ. Come on. The first thing we're gonna do is figure out whether he's going to be killed or just trapped. That's the biggest thing. So I've got a coin flip out. If he gets heads, I hate to say it, but heads is probably the best, because that just means that he'll be trapped for a certain period of time. Maybe not completely unscathed, but he'll be trapped but able to escape a bit later. If he gets tails, he's going to die here. So let's just go ahead and flip and see how this will even go to begin with. So let's flip. He got, oh fuck, he got tails. Okay, that means that Christopher is not taking any chances. He's looked into this boy's eyes, these oh my god, these pupilless eyes on this handsome young face, And he is deciding that the best course of action is to simply get rid of this blemish on the village. So this monster in human clothing, he's decided he just wants to go ahead and get rid of. And so his family doesn't know where he is. Lawrence's family don't know that he's here. Doesn't know that he's even been kidnapped. They just assume he'll be back home when he's back. They don't know anything. So he's set to be killed. Does he have allies in this household? Yes, he has 3 allies in this household. Let's see. He has Luna, Isaiah, and Autumn is... I wouldn't say Autumn's not an ally. I would consider Autumn an ally just because she's so close with David. You know, well, so close. She was closer with David as children, and I'm sure she likes and respects and feels bad for the Smiths in some type of way. She understands them. Like we said, she has a really strong understanding of David. I'm sure, you know, her friendship with David or her acquaintanceship will make her want to stick up for Lawrence in her own way. So Christopher is going to kill Lawrence. But this does mean, because he has 3 allies here, that potentially Grimm will allow Lawrence to live. I was gonna say that maybe I'll have to use a coin, but he's a teenager, so he'll die naturally. We can actually beg Grimm. Let me see. Do I want to cheat and give them 3 chances to beg, like 3 individual chances, or should I just let it be whoever's closest with him? You know what? I might let it be whoever's closest with him, and if he dies, he dies. So I think Luna is the closest, 92. Yes, Luna by a long shot. So Luna is going to take the risk to beg Grimm to save Christopher, who is going to be killed. Not Christopher, good lord. He's going to save Lawrence, who's going to be killed. Well, actually, let me look at Lawrence's skill real quick. He's level 1 archery, level 2 charisma, level 2 fitness, level 4 logic. And Christopher is level 1 fitness, level 1 gardening. You know what? I'm going to first give these 2 a fighting chance. I'm going to, because he is old enough to fight back, I'm actually going to allow Christopher and Lawrence to fight to see if Christopher even can kill Lawrence, or if Lawrence is going to be able to knock him out and escape before I even get to the whole killing Christopher part. So I don't even know if they can fight. They should be able to. I don't think teens and adults can fight in this game. I actually have no clue. Hold on. No, they can't, because teenagers and adults can't fight. No, they can't. Okay. How am I supposed to do this then? Let me get them to a bad relationship first, and I'll be right back to see what can happen. Oh, okay. So in the midst of their arguing, he says he doesn't care about his family. Obviously, this is just like a whether or not he cares about family motivated sims, but I'm going to take this as him threatening to go after the rest of Lawrence's family, and Lawrence standing up and basically threatening him back, saying, I will kill you before I let you mess with my family. Like, I will protect my family. Lawrence is the man of the house now. He has to step up. He has his mother, his grandmother, 2 little brothers, so many little sisters, and like so many defenseless people who now rely on him. Is he like 14, 15 years old? Yes. But now that he is, how old is he? 1397. He's, when are you adult? He's 13. He's 15, I think. So it's pretty much up to him. He's nearly an adult, nearly able to take over the entire household in just a few short years. So, you know, he's standing up to him, basically saying, I will kill you. Like, I will take care of you before I let you touch the rest of my family. So Christopher must be like, I don't give a fuck about the rest of them. As soon as I take care of you, I'm you know, riding up the monster hunters, and we're going after the rest of your family. So, this is so dramatic. I'm actually worried that he'll actually like die. And now he's evil. Of course you were. You always were. Okay. He's discovered that he is actually an evil guy. So, does that change anything? No. Let's see. Yeah, they can't actually fight. And Lawrence knows no spells. Lawrence, this is actually, do you know any spells? Nope, the teenagers haven't been taught magic yet. I should do that, huh? They should probably start doing that. The adults were learning spells. The teenagers had not learned spells. Nope, you don't know nothing about nothing, brother. This man kidnapped you to kill you about a bloodline talent that you don't even use. That's the crazy part. All you do is go to work, go home, and go back to work. He doesn't even do anything. Okay. Okay, so these two cannot get into a fist fight, which makes me sad, but I do kind of want to give Lawrence a way to escape using his own talents. That's not just, I do want to give him a way to escape that's not just, oh, fate says this or the dice say this. He does have skills, and what's the point of having me hone their skills if they can't use them? So let's see, he's level 1 archery, he's level 2 charisma, level 2 fitness, and level 4 logic. So is there a way? Damn. I want them to just fight and see like whoever beats the other physically is the one who wins, but I can't actually do that. I wonder. Oh, okay, here we go. I can challenge with sword. So I'm gonna have Chris do that because, well, he's the one with the smoke. So I wonder if this is random because I know that this uses the it's basically, this mod is the Batu fight animation, but using this sword overlay. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's random like a regular sword fight and nothing crazy. There is a sword fighting skill with my royalty mod, but this is all I got for right now. I'm gonna test this off screen for next time. I didn't think I'd have to do this right now. I thought I'd have time for like a war or like a plot device or something. I clearly need to get on top of my game, but for now, let's see. Okay. So we're gonna say Lawrence somehow managed to get his hands on a sword and he is not going down without a fight. Okay. Sophie does not count as a fight? Oh gosh, I'm scared. Hopefully it's not like Chris will win automatically because he's the one who started it. Okay, Lawrence seems to be doing good. Let me back up. I gotta be a commentator. Okay, Lawrence is... Oh, unlock your inner mirror. Just kill him, please. I'm like nervous. Please. What the hell? Okay, let me try a second time to see if something happened because that didn't tell me if anyone won or lost. Challenge with sword. Like... Come on, I'm trying not to like BS Lawrence out of this. I'm trying to give them like an actual reason as to why this would be happening. I should probably click on a different sim to get rid of this plumb bob, huh? I didn't. Okay. Please give me a clear winner and please let it be Lawrence. Hello? Hello? They both seem to be pretty evenly matched. And this fight is going on longer than the first one, so hopefully it'll be like a clear loser. Okay. Lawrence seems to be doing pretty good. Lawrence seems to be like killing it. Who won? What? How am I supposed to know? Does it come up here? Oh my gosh. Why do I have Journey to Batu if I don't even know how it works? Okay, new plan. I have 2 mods that have sword fighting because I'm a nerd. So I have the sword fighting marks from the royalty mods. We're gonna say practice swordsmanship with. There is an option if you get later on into the sword fighting skill from the royalty mod to actually duel to the death. However, Lawrence has never held a skill. I don't feel like cheating that, but that does remind me that I need to get a sword fighting stump for my sims besides just the arrow thing, so this is good for me to know as well. Y'all are gonna fight again. Get on the marks and fight. Maybe I shouldn't be as happy to say that. Okay. This is the fight to the death no one's looking forward to. Ignore that action mark. Okay. So this is actually a spar where we're going to say that whoever went... Oh! Lawrence won! Okay, fuck it, he won. Lawrence somehow managed to get his hands on a sword and plunged it through Christopher because he just wanted to escape and survive. As we saw before, Christopher was getting to the point where he was threatening Lawrence's family as well. And Lawrence just got like a boost of energy and unlocked his inner Amir and killed him. So Lawrence caught a body at 15. Is that around the same time? Nope. Actually, nope. He still waited later in life to kill someone than his great grandfather Amir. Wait, his grandfather's Grogo? Yeah, his great grandfather Amir. He still waited. So, this guy's about to die. How should you die? It should be brutally, because you were just killed with a sword. There you go. He's pissed. He died. I'm not about to sit here and give you the satisfaction. Reset so I can leave. Reset his body so I can leave. Reset. Let me leave. No, I don't want to sit here and wait for Grim to come take your dumb ass. Oh. Grim, hurry up. I want to go home. His family's probably looking for him by now. It's like 9 going. He's probably not going to get home till like late in the night. I don't give a fuck about this boy. Whatever. Whatever. So sorry, Amanda. You are now widowed with 3 young children. Don't marry a monster hunter. Do not marry a monster hunter. If all else failed, I was going to have Luna plead Grim for his life, but that didn't need to happen. So Christopher is dead, and Lawrence was the one to kill him. Oh my goodness. I actually thought Lawrence was gonna die. I didn't think he was actually gonna pass that sword fight, to be honest. I just wanted to kind of give them a chance without being too cheaty. Because I was like, okay, I'm using a lot of die rolls to determine his fate, but what's the point of me having them up their skills and everything if they can't use it, you know? So I think that's another rule. If they are kidnapped, I'm going to be looking closely at their personality traits and whatever skills they have at the time of them being kidnapped to see if they're able to escape in some way, shape, or form, right? And also looking at what they've got in their inventory. Like, he's level 1 at archery, like he barely knows archery, but he also doesn't have a bow and arrow in his pocket, so I can't say that he shot his captor or something like that. And if he was an adult, I would have just had them fight, like just get into a normal fight. Whoever won the fight died, or whoever won the fight survived. But now he has 2 sword fighting skills, which is really interesting. One is much more important than the other, so I'm going to focus on the swordmanship from the royalty mod, because that goes a lot more into play with like dueling and everything. The other sword fighting one is cool because he uses the animation from Batu. I mostly use that for like machinimas and stuff like that, but I will take into account everybody's skills and everything like that, which means that it's actually really good that David is honing his skills and everything now, and we'll see what he's able to get up to when he's an adult. But David got a fear of the dark. We're just gonna say because he got snatched up in the dark and was held in this dark barn for a few hours. It has kind of messed with his head a lot, so now he needs to run off. Autumn seems to be the only one who saw what happened, or at least saw the aftermath. She doesn't seem to truly care. She does not care. I think she didn't like her brother-in-law and knew how horrible and dangerous of a person he was, most likely because of how close she is to David and the fact that he killed David, or attempted to kill David, and now did the same thing to his older brother. So I think Autumn is going to keep silent about the fact that she saw Lawrence here. And that Lawrence was the one who killed his captor, being her brother-in-law. So Lawrence needs to skedaddle. I think Autumn is going to keep the others preoccupied so that Lawrence can run off into the dark of night and head back into the safety of his home. He stinks. I'm sure he's hungry. Like he's hungry, he's thirsty, he stinks. He was being held against his will in this barn. He needs to get home. That was not a very good way to end his night. So yeah, there he goes. He's headed back home. So it's much, much later in the night. Annabelle is up. She's usually up in the middle of the night handling chores and everything like that. And she has realized that Lawrence is still not here. That's something they all realized before they went to bed, but they figured that maybe he got held up hanging out with a friend perhaps, or just doing something else. But it's 2 a.m. and he's still not back. Of course, we know that he's on his way back. He's making his way back around this time from just down the road, being held captive in this barn. Is it this barn? Was this? Yeah. Just down the road, being held captive in this barn. Is this the barn? No, it's not. Where's the barn? Over here. Being held captive in this horse stable. No way. Also, I'm pretty sure I gave you a medieval style outfit last time you robbed my house. Okay, well, Annabelle is awake. Just erase her fucking memories, bro. I don't feel like dealing with this. She can't remember if you're an alien if she can't remember it. We're gonna pretend that this is a burglar in medieval outfits, because I feel like I gave her one and she's not wearing it. Okay. I feel like I gave her a whole different outfit, though. Interesting. Whatever. Romance. That heart better be for yourself. There better be self-love. I don't want to see no type of nothing coming from you. Where are your eggs? Come eat some eggs. So she's getting super worried. She's not gonna wake up Lucia or anything like that. Try not to cause a panic, but she's really hoping that he strolls in when the sun rises at daybreak, because if not, you know, I'm sure her mind is just racing with all types of possibilities. And she's holding herself from just rushing out there into the darkness to search for him, because whatever it is out there that may or may not have got him, she doesn't want to get her. There's an infinite amount of things that could have happened. He could have stumbled into a fae circle. There could be a rogue vampire or werewolf looking for a tasty snack tonight. There's hunters in the village who probably saw him, maybe figured something out and just took that opportunity to attack him. You know, I'm sure everyone remembers David's attack very freshly. Like, I'm sure, even though it was years ago, it's still fresh in their mind. So who knows? Like, she's worried. She's glowing with worry. She's just going to eat her eggs and pray for the best. And she's hoping he's going to stumble in at some point. So she'll stay awake, you know, keeping her mind busy with some chores as she waits for his return. And if not, then she'll let Lucia know, and then probably not send the kids to go look for him, but she'll probably wander out to go see if she can find him or any trace of him or something like that. Lawrence is finally back, sauntering into the household the next morning. He is going to kind of clean himself up, maybe not head into his duties today. He might claim that he's feeling rather ill, a bit under the weather with the cloudy nature of everything that's going on with the sky today. But as you can see, he's got some bruises and some blood that may or may not be all his on his body. And he's just going to try to sneak past everyone as much as he can. Of course, he will explain the situation to his parents, so that Lucia and his grandmother can be aware that the village was still dangerous and still is kind of dangerous, but one of the monster hunters is no longer a threat because he is dead. Would this possibly put the village back on the radar, seeing that their monster hunter member didn't quite die of natural causes and instead was just mysteriously found murdered? It might. It could just be a random murder by someone who has potentially lost their mind or something like that. But I don't quite think that the Monster Hunter Guild is that stupid, but we'll see if a Slack has anything to say about what repercussions would come of Lawrence's actions, but personally, I think that Lawrence is in the right. He was a victim in all of this and was just trying to protect himself and his family. He couldn't allow himself to die because he has duties to fulfill. He can't just die like that for no reason. And he knew that Christopher was saying that he was gonna come after everyone else in his family next. It was quite literally Christopher or their whole bloodline. He's not going to let that happen if he can stop it. So I think all of Stephen's, not training, so Stephen wasn't really well versed in anything physical, but I think all of his mental preparation, as negligent and harsh of a father as he was, especially to Lawrence and his sons, he was like that for a reason, and this was the exact reason. He grew up seeing how Amis was treated, what happened with Amis and all the stories behind it, and he had children, you know, who were of similar likeness to Amis, and he was there when the village was burned down. He knew it was going to happen and he knew exactly why. So he raised them to be like this at the end of the day. And we could say for better or for worse, did he completely mentally harm all of his children? Absolutely. But did he also kind of give at least Lawrence the mental fortitude to make a decision as to take someone's life in order to save his own and his family's? Yes, because some people might have froze up, or they might have tried to be too sacrificial, too self-sacrificing to see the bigger picture of needing to protect the family, right? That could have gone in so many different ways, but I think that this was Lawrence's best decision, and it's because he was kind of puppeted into this mindset by his father and mother. So we'll see what, if any, repercussions arise from this murder, but he's got some cleaning up to do. As we can see, he's got some suspicious speckles on him. Luckily, he managed to come in right before the sun rose, so he didn't come across anybody who might have recognized him and seen that he was just covered in blood and bruised rather badly. So he's going to head upstairs to just, I think he's conked out. Wait, this got reset. He's not doing good. He's conked. There we go. Doing terribly. Terrible time. Wow. Terrible time. He's gonna go get some rest. He's gonna go get some rest. And speaking of getting things done, let's end the episode on a happier note, because that whole section made my recording time like double. So we're actually going to age up Ada and Isolda, like I said at the beginning of this video. So let me get my everything else out. Ada and Isolda are aging up into teenagers. No, they're not. They're aging up into children. They're aging up into children, so we want to avoid numbers 9 and 19. So let me just roll for both of them at once. Let me turn this D10 into a D20. Lord knows I need it. Okay. So Ada, let's see. Rolling off screen. She got an 18. Oh my god, barely survived. And Isolda got a 17. Once again, barely making it by. But these two do survive to their childhood, which is nice to see. Let me just take a good look at these two to make sure. Let me see. Isolda has, I gotta take a screenshot of the type of antenna they got because I'm gonna forget in like 3 seconds. So Isolda, wait, Ada has this purple freckles with the low spirals, and Isolda has orange freckles with the high little wave antennas. There we go. So let's age these guys up and see what type of people they are. I would love to have you have a cake, guys, but we don't have a cake. We actually don't have chickens. We're running low on money. Our taxes are 6,000 simoleons and we still gotta pay a 10,000. We're actually peasants in terms of money, at least. Literally having our entire farm burned down, then having to rebuild and missing out on that large chunk of simoleons we get from our typical wine sales has really fucked us over. So As the boys grow up, our boys who will be teenagers soon, they're really gonna have to help us out because they gotta help out the family and get to a position where they could build their own family as well at some point, possibly. But let's worry about that then, and let's worry about these girls now because they're aging out. So we get to end off on a cute little note. They are completely unaware that their brother got kidnapped and nearly killed mere hours ago while they were resting their heads at night, but he was protecting them. He's off getting some rest, but he was protecting them. Let's see, Ada, what personality did you get, dear girl? ADHD, feeble, and hostile. What is with the women in this family? Okay, having ADHD, that's chill. So she has a feeble body, but a pretty bad temper. But you know what? I think Ada is the one that's closer to Edith, so she might have got it from Edith. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we're gonna give her, I'll say the social skill. Maybe she struggles with like mental skill as well. Not that like, I think she's intelligent, but maybe she just doesn't have the patience for it, you know? So we're good for the social skill. Maybe she's like the village bully. Ignore this skin stuff. That's just because it didn't give her freckles. Now, Isolda, we're gonna do the same for you. Is that age, child? What do you look like? Don't drink any soup until you spin in a circle. Spin, I ask. Okay, Isolda aged up. What are you like? She's lazy, a child of nature, and cold-blooded. Why is Celestia our only like good daughter? They're not bad. These aren't bad traits inherently. At least she's not hostile. I was so happy that we're gonna get our hostile kid out. She just got replaced. It's like succession planting, but with children. We're like, okay, we got the problem child out. Another one just came of age to cause problems. What was the point? And her twin sister is the complete opposite of her. She's lazy, so I don't think she'll be helping out around the house as much, which means Celestia will probably be picking up a lot of the like girl duties, especially now that Edith is gone. Lawrence holds his weight pretty well. David's a workaholic because he has severe anxiety and depression. And Warren kind of picks up after David's slob tactics, like fills in the creases, so the boys kind of work out all together. Celestia has been the one like doing all of the gathering because Edith doesn't want to, helping out in the garden because Edith gets too frustrated too easily. And now she's got two younger sisters who are essentially the same way. One is so hostile she's just gonna start blowing up, and the other one's lazy and cold-blooded. And the cold-blooded trait is really interesting because who was it that had that cold-blooded trait that was a problem? Amir. Amir had the cold-blooded trait, right? Yes, Amir had the cold-blooded trait. So we have a hostile sim and her cold-blooded sister. And the cold-blooded sims are bold and manipulative, so I wonder if this means Isolda is going to be manipulating her hot-headed sister into certain situations. That's also going to be really interesting because we have Celestia, and we know Celestia likes to read people to filth. So I think Celestia is more than capable of holding her own against Ada's hostility, as we've seen how she went toe-to-toe with Edith. But I wonder now that she's got Isolda and Ada, one, how they're going to fare against each other, but two, how Isolda's cold-blooded and manipulative nature will fare against Celestria's perceptive, like ultra perceptive personality. So that's really interesting. She is a child of nature though, so maybe she'll, as lazy as she is, maybe she'll be a bit more of help in the garden. At least if she can water the garden and take a nap on the bench or something like that. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'll give her this mental skill. These guys are really interesting. Why are you caked in dirt? Let me give these two a makeover. Oh, look at the way she's smirking. She's a problem. I'm calling it. Look at this face. This is the face of a problem. Let me get these guys made over so we can see how pretty our little problems are. All right, here is our hot-headed Ada. who is super cute, so pretty. I adore her eyes. I'm still so happy that she was born with these bright, vibrant. I'm losing my mind, y'all. This is a much longer recording session for this series than I normally ever do. But she's got these gigantic, beautiful golden eyes, so hopefully they don't change. As you know, my magical kiddos, when their powers are coming into fruition, have a tendency to change what they look like, sometimes permanently, because I'm pretty sure Lawrence's eyes are not the eyes he had when he was a baby, but we'll see. But for now, I've got to say she's super cute. So she goes out. The only thing that will count against her are these antennae, the eye color, and these freckles. But honestly, she is still one of the more human passing of her siblings. Does she look more like her mother or her father? I think she looks a bit more like Stephen. But sometimes it's still hard to tell. I still gotta wait till she's a teenager to tell for sure. But for right now, seeing a lot of Stephen. And here is the cold-blooded twin sister Isolda, who is the youngest in the family as well. And considering she's cold-blooded and looks just like Stephen, which also means she looks just like Amir, I'm worried. She looks too much like Amir for me to trust her. I remember when Amir was this young, back when he was sweet, before he started sacrificing siblings for death flowers. And now she has a look. I don't trust it. She bears too many resemblances to that man, personality wise and looks wise. Like I don't trust it, but I'm super excited to see what both of them are like. I thought they were identical when they were toddlers. They're not. They are definitely fraternal. I can tell in their facial structure, which makes me think that this child, Isolda, looks a lot more like Stephen than I thought before. That also means I don't know who I think the prettiest child is. I think it's still Celestria. However, wait a second. I completely forgot to give this girl antenna. But I was like, something's missing. Obviously, it was little squiggly ones. It was these ones. Yeah. All right, there we go. I was like, something's missing here. As cute as she was without them, she's super cute with them as well. It's dangerous for her, but she is super cute with these antennae. But like I was saying before, she is absolutely adorable. Why do you have... Okay, you can have jacked up teeth, just not these ones. Clearly, I didn't check every single thing. You can get this one. There we go. So she's super cute. Once again, I'm a little worried about that cold-blooded trait and her sister's hot-blooded trait. Why are all the kids so fucked up? I don't even know if I can blame Stephen for these two, because he died when they were still relatively young. The other ones, yeah, the boys and Edith definitely turned out the way they did because of Stephen and Lucia. These two, I don't know why Asa's hostile. Once again, I think she got it from Edith, to be honest. Isolda, cold-blooded? But you know what? Isolda was Stephen's favorite of these two, and I don't think favorite child. I can't remember. Was she his favorite child overall, or was it just like the favorite of these twins? Maybe she kind of gained some of his manipulative tactics, because he turned into by the time she came around, he was like a top tier manipulator. So maybe she got some of that from him before he died. But I think she also spends quite a bit of time with Celestria. And Celestria she's not manipulative, but she's perceptive. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see how these guys react, and also if/who they befriend in the village. Celestria also didn't really get too good of a chance to meet anyone new in the village, so I'll probably have the three of them on a safer year than this, go out and explore a little bit. But let me check these relationships before I end the episode real quick. So Asa got her eyes are glowing. That's... Oh girl. It looks like simmering embers in the darkness. Like if I back up, it literally looks like simmering embers in her eyes. It's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, anyways, she's closest with Lucia and Annabelle. Closest sibling, Isolda, obviously, but besides that, it's Edith, right? Stepsister? No, y'all aren't. No, y'all aren't. What do you mean, stepsister? Y'all have one parent. Two parents. Y'all have the same parents. Okay, that's a weird glitch. Anyways, that's not even what I meant to click on the first time. 50 with Edith, 49 with Lawrence, 45, 44, 44. Okay, so not too much closer with Edith. I thought they were a lot closer than that, but I don't know. I don't know where this hostility came from. I still think she got it from Edith, but I think it's just probably emulating her to some degree. Isolda, on the other hand, she's chilling right now, bro. She's... Oh god, I'm scared. She does not get along that well with Edith. Even less with... Oh, I didn't realize she and Celestria's relationship was this low. I wonder if it'll get higher because I feel like they have similar personality traits and should get along a bit more, but who knows? And she doesn't really care about her brothers, but in terms of her sister, she's closest with her twin, so maybe it'll be like a brains and brawn situation. Isolda is lazy, so maybe she won't want to be as physically... Actually, no, she's gonna have to be the brains and the brawn because Ada's feeble. Yeah, Ava is physically not as strong as her sibling. She's feeble. Interesting. So I guess Ada is strong with her words. Like she probably won't fight you, or I mean she could fight you. She'd probably lose, but she probably is more into like starting gossip and arguments and just saying things that will hurt. Isolda won't really say too much. She's too lazy to really get involved, but if she has to get involved, it's probably not a good time for whoever has to face her wrath. Right? You literally probably be better off being yelled at by Ada than have Isolda stop being lazy. For some reason she reminds me of Shikamaru from Naruto, which is to say Shikamaru is the lazy genius character, and it gets to a point where, you know, he knows how to lock in, he plans things really well, but there's a point in the series where he's seeking out revenge, which is the darkest we've ever seen him, even to like this day. And like it's a really good, you know, it's a good coincidence that he is on the good guy side, because had he been evil or gone down the different path, he would be terrifying. And I feel like Isolda is like that, where like she's pretty chill most of the time. She's lazy, she just likes to be outside and chill with the plants and be part of nature and everything, but she is still cold-blooded and manipulative, and if she has to do something to get involved or try to get try to protect Ada in any type of way, I don't think she would be too above hurting someone physically or possibly even killing them if it meant keeping Ada safe. I think Isolda is like the silent protector of her loud sister, of her hostile sister. For now, once again, as we've seen with Edith, hostile Sims tend to burn their bridges pretty quick, so hopefully Ada doesn't do that with too many of her siblings, or at least of all Isolda. Well, with that said and done, I've been recording damn near for my, I've been recording this episode as if it's a Baldur's Gate episode. It's been so long because so much has happened. So yeah, also I'm gonna get the kidnapping scenario under control for next time. Like I said, I was not expecting that to be something that popped up so soon, and I hadn't fully fleshed out what I wanted to happen, but now it is fully fleshed out, so there'll be contingencies, ways for people to escape, and multiple ways / reasons they might die or not escape. So I'll have to keep that in mind as we get through this dangerous era of monster hunters in the village. So with that all said and done, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you all think. I'm so glad Lawrence is here, and I'll see y'all in the next episode for Edith's wedding, and I think it's David and Warren's birthday as well. So we have quite a bit planned, and I'm really excited. So I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.